Hi, I'm Mike Butler.
And I'm Mike Field.
And this is Now Renting with Forgotten Cinema.
And today, we're talking about the movie Cosmic Sin.
It is a movie.
Ooh.
So before we start off with our list of what we like about this movie, Field, what's Cosmic Sin about?
I'm glad you asked. In the year 2524, 4 centuries after humans started colonizing the outer planets, retired General James Ford gets called back into service after a hostile alien fleet attacks soldiers on a remote planet. The threat against mankind soon escalates into an interstellar war as Ford and a team of elite soldiers try to stop it. So you know how we like to do here? We like to give 3 things each way if you think you should rent Cosmic Sin tonight while you're on row 8. Mike, what's your first thing?
My first thing is Bruce Willis. Obviously, he's the big name on this movie. And regardless of what your opinion is on Bruce Willis's later movies or his earlier movies, it's very fun to see Bruce Willis, see the change in Bruce Willis's acting styles. And it's also very interesting to see Bruce Willis in space doing this is definitely a B movie. It kind of leans into that. And it's very fun to see Bruce Willis take on a role like this because generally he doesn't do sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting.
So, excuse me, the only big name on this thing, number 1, Frank Grillo. Okay. If you like Frank Grillo, this is Grillo being his Grilloist in any kind of movie. So Grillo from The Purge, Grillo from Crossbones in the Captain America movie, Grillo as, what else has he been in? He's also in the new movie, Boss Level, which don't go there right now because that's on a different platform. You're here at row 8, so stay here. So if you like Frank Grillo and you just like looking at Frank Grillo like Butler does, then I think you would love this movie because it's just basically Grillo being Grillo. Mike, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is probably the look of the film. Like I said before when I was talking about Bruce Willis being in this movie, it is a B movie at heart, and it really leans into that. And it's fun to see what they did on what was probably a shoestring budget using the sets that they had and the locations and even the prop work. I really do appreciate the prop work and the armor and stuff like that. It's definitely done at a low budget, but they make it work and they make it look pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually my number 2. Well, it's 2 and 3 could interchangeable. But that's my number 2 is the set design. It's the art design, the prop work. You know, with low budget sci-fi movies, you can very easily skimp on that. Mm-hmm. And that kind of goes against what type of movie you're doing. But when you actually put some kind of effort into the art design and set design, it actually puts you into that world and it immerses you in that. And quite honestly, that helps you a lot of times with these smaller budget films and helping you create that universe. So I think they do it well, and I agree with you. What's your number 3?
My number 3 are probably the themes that they explore in the film. Although it's a very quick action film, they do kind of touch upon these themes of what's needed as a society and what's needed as war, and the difference between like what if we met a civilization, and some themes that people have come up with in terms of, do we attack them? Do we have to destroy them? Can there be more than one advanced civilization in the galaxy or the universe? And I think they touch upon some things that aren't touched upon in most science fiction films.
So my number 3 is the use of color in the movie. So I think for some reason, I don't know, like with J.J. Abrams and his lens flare helps me figure out in Star Trek that I'm in the future.
Nice flare.
For some reason, the color in this movie kept me in the future. The striking reds and the striking blues, they use it in the bar scene at the beginning and in the end, and they use it when they're in the Alliance headquarters. I don't know. I kind of dug it. It kind of helped me, again, get immersed into that world, much like my number 2. Sure. So that was my number 3.
So I think if you're looking for a B-level sci-fi film that also has some big names like Frank Grillo and Bruce Willis, Cosmic Sin's where it's at, and it's available on row 8 right now.
And if you like what we have to say, we have a podcast called Forgotten Cinema, which is a new episode every Wednesday. We talk about movies that we think were forgotten by audiences from the 70s, 80s, 90s. We cover the whole gamut. I believe we're in our season 9 right now, but who knows? So that's Forgotten Cinema Podcast. We're part of the Forgotten Entertainment family.
And for all your movie rental needs, keep it here on row 8.
And I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Now Renting with Forgotten Cinema, brought to you by Row 8.